As the Patuxent approaches the bay, its shorelines are ruled by the rhythmic rise and fall of the water. Each new tide carries fresh potential for driftwood sculptors Larry Ringgold and Bernie Houston.
In that bare spot there, there's usually some good driftwood in that area, depending on how high the tide is.
Both artists are searching for a medium with an inherent organic beauty, worn by waves, wind, and sand. But each has his own distinct style and accompanying wish list. Bernie carves and paints his work from a single log. Larry assembles his sculptures from many pieces of wood.
Larry, he's building, he's adding pieces. I'm taking one solid structure and I'm subtracting. I guess it's like a battery, the negative and you the positive. The first thing that strikes me is the character of the wood. Then the second thing I look for is the density of the wood. Very intriguing, I like that.
I'm looking for parts, curves, especially unusual curves, compound curves and things like that I can incorporate. I love pine nuts, and these are pine nuts. They're very, very strong. They have a lot of character. But when you get back to my shop, I mean, these a lot of times will be a body of a bird. Like that could be like a rooster right there. Once it's shaped down, this could be his comb.
What's that?
Got some very interesting stuff right here. A lot of nice cedar right in here.
Larry's on the hunt for a mane for his current project, a 6-foot-tall horse.
And here's my mane.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's intriguing.
Yeah, definitely worked for me. We probably have more fun, enjoy finding our media than any other artist. You never know what you're going to find. It's always like a treasure hunt. Is that a Bernie piece?
This is a Bernie piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of weird how it works out.
So 2 for 1, here we go. We're looking at the body of a fish. Now, that's the first thing that came to my mind. The extremities, you know, we have a fin.
He'll always come back with, hey, I got these Larry pieces, and I'll come back with, I got the Bernie pieces, because I know where he's going with the wood, and he knows where I'm going with it.
Right.
So we really understand each other's art.
An understanding that began a few years back when they were drawn to each other's work at a local art show.
I looked at his work and I was like, oh my God, look at this, and ditto for me.
Yeah, I was looking at his work going, oh my God.
Forgot how we connected, but we did, and we were friends ever since then.
At times, there are conflicts.
Let me see that piece for a second, Larry. The one in your hand, right hand.
You mean this one I just found?
No.
If they're interested in the same piece, which isn't often, their deep mutual appreciation for each other's work supersedes any single log.
I just gave him a piece the other day that a friend had given me.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's a beautiful heron right there. You know, if I used it, I'd be chopping it up and using it for parts, but I knew exactly what Bernie would do with it. Mm-hmm. So he got it.
At high tide, they call it quits. There's a lot of work to do. There's a big art show coming up, and they'll need plenty of inventory on hand.
Let's divvy up.
Back at Larry's studio in Chesapeake Beach, they divide the day's finds.
All right, Bernie, I'm going to be generous. Here you go.
You sure about this?
No, but take it before I change. Take it before I change my mind.
Bernie takes his haul back to his studio in Laurel. His first project is to transform a knotty cedar root into a dragon.
This is my dragon, guys.
And Larry gets to work on his horse.
Well, this was one of our first stops, and it's a beautiful piece of figured, really, cedar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it over to the bandsaw, cut a couple pieces off, and see if I can get them to fit. I've got pieces in this horse that it probably took me 20 trips back and forth to that saw and the grinder before I could actually get them to fit to where I wanted them.
Larry's been working on this horse for about a month. not including the time it took to find the wood. But it's taken years of practice to develop his breathtakingly realistic style.
I really strive to get the anatomy as close to real, but I also want to highlight the wood. I think we're just about there. I got lucky on the ears. He's got some great ears.
As Larry perfects his horse, Bernie's finished his dragon.
What I discovered is a focal point in every piece that I find. I noticed that face in this area here, and then that kind of pans off to be a tail. The art is the driftwood. I just see that image just hidden inside the driftwood and bring the dead back to life.
Today, Bernie plans another rebirth, one that illustrates a literal birth.
This is my vision for this piece. This will be the shell area, the flippers. You can see it is coming to life. You can see it shaping up. Every piece that I touch is uniquely different.
With just 2 weeks before the art show, Bernie's studio is filled with work that showcases his range. But today, with this piece, he's giving the people what they want.
They want a turtle swimming on a reef. They want a turtle coming out of the shell. The turtles, turtles, turtles. And there you have it.
Not far from the mouth of the Patuxent River, near Solomon's Island, is the Anne Marie Sculpture Garden, home to the annual Fall Arts Fest.
Among other things, I brought my horse, Nautilus, that I just finished.
It's here artists wait for a payoff, admirers that become buyers. Larry and Bernie have plenty of each.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Enjoy.
But sales or no sales, they always leave with their friendship. Forged by the water, as unique and everlasting as a piece of cedar found tumbling in the tide.